Welcome to another episode of the Tempest Universe on the number two channel. A lot of people haven't come over yet, but hey, come on, guys, this is where I'm at. Look, I got the lights back there, cop lights. Talking about cops, that's why I'm on here today. The Buga Sphere, down from Buga, Colombia. That's fascinating. The only reason I'm talking about this is because there's a lot of balls in the air in good old Colombia, and not just metallic ones. But I'm saying we're only talking about the metallic ones because they're the ones who affect ufology. Though some of the other ones can be alien, I guess, depending on how you got into Colombia. But still, I was surprised that on June 20th, during this conference that was put together by no one other than Jaime Maussan, Mr. I like to get debunked, basically. We should like get a T-shirt together for him and send it down here and say that says, I got debunked and all I got was this lousy T-shirt from the Tempest universe. I'll be honest, it's hard to believe Jaime anymore. But lately, he's attached himself to things that are apparently kind of complicated to say that they're fake. Like the Nazca mummies. I'll be honest, I follow the Nazca mummies on X, formerly Twitter, because they put a lot of updated information on there. And to be honest, there's something there. I don't know what it is, but none of it really is. I don't think it's human. I really don't. I don't even think it's what they were first saying, that they took a bunch of body parts and stuck them together. But anyway, that's not here nor there. But I do have a little video to show you guys from a couple of channels. Especially one of them, like I said, is the what is it? The Nazca Mummies channel. Hey, stay up to date. To be honest, there was one individual, Crying Grapes. I mean, I won't name who it was. And last year? He ended up going down there for one of these conferences, and Jaime was there. Apparently, nobody told Ryan that the Nazca Mummies were going to be there. He was completely appalled. Here's the thing about ufology. I don't care how much science you want to do. I don't care how much you want to keep this on a straight and narrow. The fact of the matter is, this is a package deal. It's kind of like when you get married to someone that has kids. You can't just say, oh, we're going to stop by the fire department and drop those smelly ass kids off. Well, for some people it does work. But I'm saying very few people get away with that. So it's really hard to get away from the parts of ufology that are not, straight laced. But there might be a real discovery here. Even if these are not alien bodies, these little Nazca mummies, guess what? They could be a whole other civilization that was around back then. These might be humans, earthlings from many eons ago that we just happened to discover. I mean, look at the shit of the pyramids. Look what's happening at the pyramids in Giza. All the shit they're finding under it. Well, now they're claiming that the video and the structures that were put together by that one machine might be all fake. I don't know. The only way to know is to get your ass down there. And I'm sure it'll take years before anyone's allowed to go down there. But, hopefully guys in Egypt will get that together. And give us something that says whether that stuff is fake or if it's real. But let's get back to the topic at hand. Because on June 20th in Mexico City, someone attempted to steal the Buga Sphere. Some of you might not know what the Buga Sphere is. I'm going to bring this up for a second, but I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised that Stephen Greer was at this conference. I was almost shocked. I couldn't believe that he was there, hands on balls. That part I'm not surprised about, but still. He literally went down there to really get his eyes on that ball, and he did. And then some fake cops decided they were going to try to steal the thing. How does this happen? And who would have attempted to steal it? Did somebody hire these fake cops to just fake that they were stealing it? Like, where would you go? You've got this allegedly, potentially alien sphere that you're going to walk around with. Put it under arrest? Treat it as rights? Who would want it? Now I can see maybe the cartels wanting this thing. Load it up with some coke. shoot that thing over the wall that Trump built? I don't know. I mean, it's pretty strange, I think. But still, I am pleasantly surprised that the man that we know as Stephen Greer actually made it. And look, let me just throw something else out there at random again. Donald Trump. I understand you're trying to get people out of the country, but Colonel Sanders should not have been kicked out of the U.S. Look where he is now. He's like giving up on chicken altogether. He's literally just fondling balls too. You gotta do what you do to survive. Anyway, the guy on the right on your screen, that is actually Jaime Maussan, Mr. Extraordinaire of ufology in South America, really, because every time somebody finds something in South America that's a little bit oddballish or ufologyist, they actually go out and seek out Jaime. Jaime, he's got a good rep, I think, in South America, especially in Mexico. You know, he is a news reporter. He's kind of like the George Knapp of South America, really. He truly is. And so they seek him out for stuff like this, and there he is. You know, what do you think he's thinking right now? What is he saying to himself? The way he's staring into that thing, it's like he could use a spare or something. Maybe he lost one. He's trying to regain it. But here's Stephen Greer right now at the actual event after the incident of someone trying to fondle his steel ball.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Stephen Greer. I'm in Mexico City. As many of you know, we've been examining the Buga Sphere for the last 2 days with Congressman Burlison and a group of scientists. We've just been notified by Jaime Maussan that there was an attempt by fake policemen to enter the vault where the Buga Sphere is stored, and we have notified security and the apparatus I'm working with under law enforcement. And you should know that the other risk here is that we have taken specific samples from the Buga Sphere that will be tested in a state-of-the-art lab to prove whether or not the metal, as well as some of the other components, are of Earth or outer space origin. Those scientists' information have been provided to the top law enforcement and security apparatus that I'm working with. And so any sort of attempts to interfere with this examination will be known, and the people and perpetrators will be held to account for. So this is what I wanted people to know, and we're doing everything to set up security for this. Thank you.
Now, if you look on the right-hand corner on the bottom, Red Panda Koala. So Red Panda Koala posted this. You know, he's one of those ufology channels on Twitter/X. And, you know, it's fantastic. I'm glad, like I said, that our main man out on the streets, Stephen Greer, actually got his hands on some balls. I always knew that that would bring him some pleasure. But somebody tried to steal his toy. That's really messed up. So as of late, there is an article that came out, which was talking about the incident, by the way. And they're saying that they're not really even sure that it actually happened. No one can corroborate that anyone tried to steal the balls. I mean, the ball is only one. It's a uni thing. So there you go. He was down there. Now, to my surprise too, Eric Burlison, congressman from Missouri, he's been into this UAP stuff from the congressional standpoint, and there he is. He was there also fondling some balls. But not only that, he was actually out there trying to get his mittens on one of those Nazca deals. I have a picture of that, which is pretty interesting, which we can show here in a momento, as they say in Mexico City. Now, shortly after this, there was another ball. This might have been the left one. The one in Mexico City was the right one. This one was out in Yumba, Colombia. And they have a video of this. Now, of course, they've dissected this video so badly. They've even done the stabilization video. So what I'm about to show you or share with you from another channel is a stabilization video of the Yumba orb flying around, or the Yumba sphere, whatever the fuck you want to call it, flying around in the air. And they're applying a little bit of stabilization to try to keep it so that people can, I guess, maybe like see the markings or whatever. Let me just bring this up here. Of course, I'm clicking away and I'm clicking at the wrong things. But there it is. That is in flight in this video. But again, it's a stabilization video, so it looks a little weird. But if you look at this, it literally looks just like the Buga Sphere. And we know the Buga Sphere was in Mexico City, and this bitch was out there flying in this other part of Colombia. Somebody in Colombia is just giving out balls like crazy. Very, very similar. And again, this is flying in the air. It looks a little weird, kind of like it's dangling like an ornament, but that's because it's focused on the actual sphere itself and not everything around it. But all you see behind it is clouds and blue sky. So that truly is the deal flying. Now, if you go online, you can find a bunch of videos of the Yumba video, this one here, the Buga Sphere, which has been captured in captivity now. But there's videos of when the capture went down, how a couple of, I believe, farmers or city folk well, I think it was farmers actually, saw it and they followed it and waited for it to land and just pounced on that bitch. People got to make money, you know, and if you see something like this, you gotta make that moolah, you know what I'm saying? So it's the craziest thing. I don't know. What can you do? I would love to be out here in Texas and to find me one of these bad boys. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't you guys like really be like, hey, guys, look what I got. I got me a sphere. I mean, I think it would be something else, something just magnificent to find. Let me bring up, I actually have here also, which I found on Twitter, X, a side-by-side of this particular situation here. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, no, that's not it. Nope. Yep, nope, there it is. Check this puppy out. So this is a comparison, side-by-side comparison of nothing because I'm not showing it to you. There it is. This is on the right is the Buga Sphere, and then on the left is the one from Yumbo. I was calling it Yumba. Yumba sounds better. They should probably think about changing the city name. From Yumbo, there it is. Now the Yumbo one was June 7th, and then April 7th was the one from Buga. Fascinating indeed. Now, what is it? Is this advanced technology to spy on different countries that they're testing out in Colombia? See how long it lasts in the air, how far they can fly these things. And really, how long before someone captures these things? That's the other thing, right? One of the things that we're saying about this Buga Sphere was, you know, that as the thing started to lose its ability to fly or whatever, like it kept on getting heavier and heavier. I don't know. What do you guys think? Could this be technology that we have that we're using in these countries just to test it out? I mean, I can see that happening. Definitely, it is something that you could almost figure that people here would probably shoot the shit down or try to capture it while it's in the air. I don't know, but I would imagine that people in Colombia are more than likely less likely to chase this thing down. But I got another one for you. This is our buddies. I know you guys know who this is. Stephen Greer and Burlison holding on to one of those Nazca feet. No socks, no shoes, no service. But look at them. I know I've seen interviews of these guys afterwards, after fondling balls and feet down in Mexico City, and they were really enthusiastic about what's happening. Stephen Greer even said that they took samples of the Buga Sphere, that they're going to go and get tested to find out what type of metal this is that's on the actual sphere. Apparently, it's an expensive place too. They're spending lots of money, because they're going to do it bigly. Yeah, that's what's happening down there. Like I said, the other channel on X that you can go to, Nazca Mummies, has a lot of great videos. They got videos of the, of course, the Buga Sphere, but especially the Nazca Mummies. And I know you guys remember these because they were so popular when it first happened a couple years ago, when they first came out with the pictures of all the little bodies they found. And I got to tell you, it's fascinating. There's quite a few of these. And then there's the small ones. And the smaller ones, which apparently look more reptilian, those guys, one of them had eggs in the belly. I'm going to put the link to both the Nazca Mummies channel and the Red Panda Koala. You should fondle. No, don't fondle the koala, please. I hear they're very sickly. You should follow both channels. If you're really interested in this, listen, I think that as at least at a minimum, you shouldn't stray away from things like the Nazca mummies because, for fuck's sake, they're part of ufology in some way. And if these things turn out to be an alien civilization that crashed in their mothership, a few thousand years ago, then great, we have a lead. If they could at least, I guess in a way, really show us that these do not have any kind of human DNA, then guess what? This might be that break we've all been waiting for. They might not be in saucers at the moment because they're dead, but still, it's the inkling that we need to finally sit down and say, yes, America, the world, aliens are for real. They're not amoebas. They're not single cell animals. It's a real deal. And here we have a species that may have crashed here a long time ago. And now we have proof. Onward and upward. And let's be honest, like I said before, sorry, I got an itchy eye. Like I said before, the issue with ufology right now and all this disclosure nonsense is that no one's going to admit to knowing about ET flying in our skies and allowing them to take people to probe. It's just not going to happen. This is the episode for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the links in the description. Eventually, I'll get this camera thing down correctly, but I got to look over to my right just to figure out how to end this episode. I'll check you guys out later. If something crazy happens, I'll come on here just for the hell of it. But until then, ciao. I mean, like,